Ever wondered why your dog looks at you as if it's asking, "Why do you get to eat all the good stuff while I'm stuck with this dry kibble?" Well, today, we're diving into the hilarious world of doggy thoughts and desires. And trust me, it's going to be a belly-laughing ride. Imagine this. Your dog sprawled on the floor, eyes wide and sparkling at the sight of your steak dinner. It's not just a look of longing, oh no. It's a silent plea, a wordless protest, a comical monologue about the injustice of it all. In this dog's mind, it's a world of gastronomical treachery. Why should humans have all the delicious, mouth-watering food while they are left with the same old boring kibble? It's a culinary conspiracy, a gastronomic injustice that our furry friends must deal with every day. And as we unveil these amusing musings, we can't help but chuckle. Because really, who hasn't seen that look on their dog's face? So get ready for a roller coaster of laughter as we delve into the whimsical world of a dog's culinary desires. Oh, the woes of being a dog in a human's world. Remember that juicy steak you thought you'd misplaced? Well, guess who might be the culprit? It was a day like any other, the sun shining, birds chirping, and a sizzling steak left unattended on the kitchen counter. Left alone, our four-legged friend here couldn't help but be tempted by the tantalizing aroma. As he sauntered into the kitchen, his nose led him straight to the steak, but alas, he's a good boy, isn't he? His thoughts, dubbed over with a tinge of innocent mischief, ring out, "Oh, the juicy heavenly steak, it's just sitting there unguarded. But no, I must resist. I'm a good boy, aren't I?" The internal struggle is real, folks. It's like watching a high-stakes, pun intended, drama unfold. Meanwhile, the owner, oblivious to this canine conundrum, starts looking for his missing steak. Where could it have gone? He wonders aloud. Our furry friend, still battling the temptation, chimes in, "Well, I might have an idea, but you wouldn't believe me anyway." The exchange is pure comedy gold, a banter that would make even the sternest viewer chuckle. And so the mystery of the missing steak continues, with our doggo maintaining his innocence, and the owner none the wiser. It's the perfect crime, if only it were true. After all, who would suspect a dog of orchestrating such a grand steak heist? Who knew a dog could be a prime suspect in a steak heist? Ever noticed how your dog's eyes light up when you bring out dessert? What if we told you they're daydreaming about it too? Imagine this, your pooch laying on the floor, tail wagging, eyes gleaming with anticipation. In his mind, he's a mastermind, a dessert connoisseur, and a cunning thief, all rolled into one. Picture a world where every fire hydrant is made of vanilla ice cream, and every tree trunk is a giant churro. Imagine clouds of cotton candy and rivers flowing with chocolate syrup. There in the midst of it all, our hero stands, ready for his sweet escapade. Our doggy dreams up plans, each more ingenious than the last. A classic diversion tactic involving a squeaky toy to distract you while he nabs a piece of cake. Or a daring mission involving scaling kitchen counters to reach the cookie jar. Perhaps a midnight raid, stealthily sneaking into the pantry to claim his sweet prize. In his mind, he's unstoppable. A dessert bandit with a nose for sweets. He dreams of the ultimate reward, a taste of that forbidden fruit, your dessert. And oh, the joy when he finally gets that sweet, sweet taste. His tail wags, his eyes close, and for a moment he's in doggy dessert heaven. And that, my friends, is a dog's dream world filled with endless desserts. Opening. So, what have we learned about our furry friends' food thoughts? Well, we've taken quite a journey through the culinary mind of our canine companions, haven't we? We've seen their innocent mischief, their longing for the flavors beyond the dog bowl, and even their sweetest dreams. Let's take a moment to reflect on these doggy foodie thoughts and see what we've discovered. Firstly, let's think back to our first scene. Who ate the food? We all know that look, don't we? The one that says, "Who, me?" with such innocence that you almost believe them, even though the evidence is scattered all around them. Yes, our doggy friends might not be able to speak our language, but they certainly know how to communicate their feelings about food. The scattered crumbs, the licked clean plates, the telltale signs of a snout in the butter dish. These are the signs of a dog who has tasted the forbidden fruits of the human dining table, and found them to be delicious. And who can blame them? After all, if you had to choose between dry kibble and a juicy steak, wouldn't you be tempted? That brings us neatly onto our second scene, the great steak heist. Ah, the steak heist. Every dog's dream and every owner's nightmare. The sizzling sound, the mouth-watering smell, the tantalizing sight of that perfectly cooked piece of meat. It's enough to drive any self-respecting dog into a frenzy of desire. And yet there is a certain innocence to their longing. They don't understand why they can't have the steak. To them, it's just another food source, just like the kibble in their bowl. And in their mind, why should they settle for less when there is something so much more appealing on offer? It's a dog's life indeed. But of course, it's not all about the savory delights. Our third scene, Doggie Dessert Dreams, showed us that our canine companions have a sweet tooth too. Who knew that dogs could dream in such vivid technicolor with ice cream mountains and rivers of gravy complete with floating meatballs? In their dreams, they are not bound by the restrictions of their diet. They can feast on all the foods they long for, without any consequences. It's a world where every day is a cheat day, and every meal is a feast. And isn't that a world we'd all like to live in? But what does all this tell us about our furry friends' food thoughts? Well, it tells us that they are not so different from us after all. They long for variety, they crave flavor, and they dream of indulgence. They might not be able to articulate these desires in words, but they show them in their actions, their expressions, and their dreams. And perhaps there's a lesson in there for us too. After all, isn't life too short to eat boring food? Perhaps we should take a leaf out of our dog's book and indulge ourselves once in a while. After all, if our dogs could talk, they'd probably be saying, "Why not treat yourself? You deserve it." So, next time you see your dog gazing longingly at your dinner or sniffing hopefully around the kitchen, remember these foodie thoughts? And perhaps, just perhaps, you might be tempted to slip them a little treat. After all, they are part of the family, aren't they? And hey, who knows, maybe one day we'll find a way to communicate with our dogs on a deeper level, and we'll be able to share our culinary adventures with them. Until then, we can only imagine what they're thinking, and enjoy the joy and laughter they bring to our lives. And there you have it. If dogs could talk, they'd probably be saying, "Why can't every day be a cheat day?"